The molecules trapped in his bones only exist in foods that didn't grow anywhere near his kingdom. A 1,000-year-old skeleton was pulled from a European tomb, and the chemistry locked inside his teeth points to a place no medieval king was supposed to know existed. If this holds up, the map of history gets a serious rewrite. Fact 1. The Buried King. Deep inside a medieval crypt, researchers opened the tomb of a 10th century ruler expecting an ordinary noble burial. Instead, they found a skeleton that would launch one of the strangest archaeological debates in years. Bones this old rarely make headlines, but this one refused to stay quiet. Fact 2. You're what you ate. Everything you eat leaves a chemical signature in your bones and teeth called an isotope ratio. Different foods and different regions of the world imprint slightly different versions of elements like carbon and nitrogen. By reading those ratios, scientists can reconstruct someone's diet centuries after they died. Fact 3. The corn problem. When the king's teeth were tested, they showed a carbon signature typical of maize, better known as corn. The trouble is that corn was domesticated in the Americas and was completely unknown in medieval Europe. A European king eating a New World crop simply should not be possible. Fact 4. A taste of cacao. Alongside the maize signal, analysts flagged compounds consistent with cacao, the raw ingredient of chocolate. Cacao only grew in tropical Central and South America at the time. Finding it in a 10th century skeleton is like finding a smartphone in a Viking longhouse. Fact 5. The timeline shock. This king lived roughly 500 years before Columbus set sail in 1492. If the food really came from the Americas, it means contact happened centuries earlier than the textbooks admit. That single detail is why archaeologists have been arguing about it ever since. Fact 6. The Viking Clue. We already know one group beat Columbus across the Atlantic. The Norse, who reached Newfoundland around the year 1000. A verified Viking settlement called Lance aux Meadows proved ships crossed that ocean far earlier than most people realize. So a medieval Atlantic crossing is not as impossible as it first sounds. Fact 7. Trade or travel. Isotopes tell us what entered a body, but not exactly how it got there. The king may have traveled himself, or exotic foods could have passed hand to hand through long trade networks. Both explanations still force us to accept that American crops somehow reach his table. Fact 8. The skeptics' pushback. Not everyone is convinced, and that's healthy science. Critics argue the isotope signals could come from local plants that mimic maize's chemistry, or from contamination over the centuries. Extraordinary claims demand extraordinary proof, and the debate is far from settled. Fact 9. Rewriting the map. If the findings survive scrutiny, our neat story of 1492 as the moment two worlds met falls apart. It would suggest the Atlantic was crossed, and perhaps recrossed, long before the age of famous explorers. History books hate loose ends like this one. Fact 10. Why it matters. Beyond one mysterious king. This case shows how modern chemistry can pull secrets from bodies that lay silent for 1,000 years. Every skeleton in every museum is now a potential time capsule waiting to be read. The past isn't fixed. It's a story we keep rediscovering. So did a medieval king really taste chocolate from a continent he shouldn't have known existed? Science is still deciding, and that's what makes it thrilling. Subscribe for daily videos that dig up the strangest true stories on Earth.